Hey guys, this is Trevor. This lesson is entitled Singing Tips 10, Vocal Tension and How to Stop It. So let's get right into it. Well, what is it? What it is it's strain on the vocal cords. There you have it. Strain can be created by improper breath control. It can be created by possibly singing out of one's range. It can also be created by using the vocal cords as the apparatus for creating the sound instead of using the vocal cords for what it's intended to be used, which is to push out the sound. I'll get into a little bit more of that later in the lesson. But some examples of how it sounds is when you hear people and they sound like this and it sounds like they're singing like here. So like you'll go see live shows, and I keep going back to live shows because I just see it more and more and more. But you'll see them singing, they'll be like, "Hey yeah girl, you know you want me." And you hear that, guys? It's yucky. It might be stylistically interesting sounding, but it's not singing. It's just not. It's not how you sing. It's not a proper way to sing. It's not, even if you're trying to do something stylistically, how to maintain a good voice, how to maintain healthy vocal cords. That's the really common one as I hear is that. There's lots of different other types of strained sounds. Just listen. If it sounds strained, it probably is. That means there's vocal tension there in the vocal cords. So now, this is cool, I'm going to give you guys some exercises, though, to be on a brighter note, of how to help prevent it. So the first one's yawn. When you yawn, nice big yawn too, because I'm kind of tired today. But when you yawn, you got to remember that what you're doing is you're creating a big chasm in your mouth, because you want there to be a big open space at the top, and you want your tongue to be flat, so there's a big open space at the bottom. And then that way you can produce the sound. You can produce the long notes. You can produce the big sound. That's what you're going for. So yawn, that's a real basic one. The next one's called gay ah. So it goes gay ah, and then up gay ah, and then up again gay ah, and then downscale gay ah, gay ah, so forth and so forth and so on. Next one is called gay ah. Oh, and as a side note, the reasons they're called gay and gay ah is because when you say them, they do a very interesting thing with the mouth. It has this and then this g a sound, and it makes it so that your articulators, which are the things that produce the sound in your voice and create the sound in your voice, can work better and work harder. Because I want, if I have any gay or lesbian watchers out there, I don't want to be offending you guys or anything like that. That's just the reason that they're called. So this one again is called gay ah, and it goes gay ah, gay ah, gay ah, and then it goes down gay ah, gay ah, gay ah. Pretty simple. Next one looks funny, but it means it works quite well. It's called tongue out, tongue flat, and it looks like this. Probably looks kind of ridiculous, but what it allows you to do is learn how to just get the tension out of your throat. Get it out of your mouth, get it out of your throat, get it out of your tongue, because you can't hold tension in your tongue, which is pretty weird, but it's true. I mean, have you ever met someone that their tongue is crimped up? Well, they're holding tension in it somehow. This is one of the ways to relieve the tension from that area. And then you can add notes on top of it, so you go and you notice I was smiling and I was doing this, I was going what that does is it changes the tone in the voice, because that's what you're trying to shoot for, is different tones and tonalities when you're doing this exercise. But what it allows you to do is to get the tension out of every way that you would hold your mouth. So, you know, if you were to say the word see, you could say it like this. You could say see as in see if I got this right, as in S-E-E. I think I wrote that right because it's backwards, so I'm seeing if you guys got it forwards. Yeah, that's right. So C would be C. See how my mouth is shaped? And you could also do say. And you could also do say. And you could also do C. And you could also do C. See how every one of those C sounds is different? And it's because I've got my mouth, my articulators, and oh, by the way, articulators are your teeth, lips, tongue, hard palate, soft palate, roof of your mouth, and did I say lips? If I forgot lips, lips. If I've said lips, then disregard. Those are your articulators, and they help create the sound. The last couple of exercises I want to do are these neck rolls. These are more visual things, but you just kind of want to gently go like this, before any sort of performance or whatever. Don't strain yourself. You're not trying to become a chiropractor and crack your neck or do anything fancy. And then you're just going to want to go forward with it, and then you're going to want to go back with it, and then start doing it with like a little gentle note, You're going to notice that the sound closes off when you go up and down. The reason it does that is think of your throat like a reed, a musical reed for an instrument. If it's closed off like this, the sound won't come out, and if it's closed off like that, the sound will come out. So your neck is the same way because you've got the esophagus, you've got the vocal cords in there, and if they're not lined up properly, they're going to cut off the sound. It's the same reason why it's easier to sing when you're standing up as opposed to being able to sing when you're sitting down. So there you have it. The last one is called the marionette exercise. The marionette exercise is where you go like this and pretend that you have your whole body like attached to a string in the back, and you're going to start with your head, then your neck, then your shoulders, then your back, your lower back, and the rest of your body until you're just kind of dangling, and you're just going to kind of be hanging out. And you're going to do it with your knees too, so you're going to kind of look like a limp noodle, basically. And you roll yourself back up very slowly, back through the body parts, and I guarantee it'll feel so much better. It's like you take all the tension out of your body, just all these different body parts, because you can hold it in other places, believe it or not, just besides your neck. You can hold it in your face, you can hold it in your arms, your chest, your back, your butt, your legs, your feet, believe it or not. You can hold tension in your feet, and if you have that tension in your feet, it will affect the way you sound. It's kind of amazing, but it's true. So there you have it. Okay, so this is for the question of the week. This is from one of my subscribers, Emily BJN. So thanks for subscribing, Emily. Thanks for the question. You rock. Really appreciate it. So her question is this: how do you get your voice not to shake when you're on stage? My voice shakes when I get to a certain note. Is it just bad control? Thanks again for the question, Emily. I appreciate it. It's actually more than just control. What it has to do with is tension. This is perfect. The question fits perfectly with the lesson. You have vocal tension. You need to find out where it is. Get a friend to help you and figure out, if it's in your shoulders. Commonly it's in people's shoulders and their neck because they do this sort of thing and they don't even know it because they don't watch themselves when they sing. And you shouldn't be watching yourself when you sing because you're not supposed to be focusing on yourself. You're supposed to be focusing on your performance and the audience. But have someone help you, and they'll be able to hopefully figure out, okay, put your shoulders down, and you can find out where in your body you're holding attention. That's part of it. And the other part of it is improper breath control. Control means a lot. Like I said in the last lesson, it can make or break, or sorry, the lesson before last lesson, 2 lessons ago. It can make or break you, and I really did mean that when I said it, because control is a really good pivotal thing. It's basic, but you have to understand the stuff below it before you can really understand control. I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any sort of questions, I've got about 10 lessons now. Watch them, and you can see that I've structured it from beginning all the way up to where we are now so that you can implement all the things in step and in sequence so that you can understand where I'm coming from in that point of view. So, Emily, do that. That should help. That's what you need to do. Get a friend, have him help you out, her help you out with that, to take care of that. And it's not just bad control, but do that, you should be good. Okay, so I want to give a quick update. My Happy Hump Day reviews actually starts this upcoming Wednesday, coming up. I ran into some technical issues and some technical errors, so there you have it. But it is still on the way, it's still coming, so stay tuned. The next lesson we're going to be talking about tricks of the trade. This is really cool because this is stuff that this is for singers and non-singers alike. These are tricks that singers can use. This is people that non-singers can use. Like if you wanted to do better at even just speaking, there's some stuff I can teach you guys, so I'm excited to do that. If you guys want your question answered, leave one in the comment section below or on my channel page right here. And if go ahead and comment, rate, and if you guys haven't already, subscribe, because subscribing rocks. And yeah, there you have it. So if you want to, big yellow button up the top, big yellow button at the bottom, subscribe, all that lovely jazz. And other than that, I will talk to you guys later. Take care.